Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an updated how I style my hair video. You guys can tell I cut my hair again recently. It's even shorter. 3 haircuts later, here we are. Every time I cut my hair, I'm like, I think this is the shortest I'm gonna go. And then I just keep going shorter and shorter, but I really think this is the shortest I'm actually gonna go this time. I think I'm gonna keep it around this length for right now. And a lot of you have just been requesting that I share with you how I style the bendy waves with this length, because now I feel like it's more of a true lob. It's definitely a lot shorter, and when I curl it, it looks even more short. It's super easy. This technique is pretty similar to the last one, so I hope you guys find this helpful. I really wanted to get it up for you. Before we get into this hair tutorial, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel just so you can stay updated whenever I upload new videos. And then I would also really love it if you guys would come follow me on Instagram too, because you guys can always find me on there whenever I'm not here on my channel. So let's just get into the tutorial now. So this is my hair air dried. I washed it last night, went to sleep with it wet, and then just, you know, was like, oh, I'll do the hair tutorial today. So a lot of you guys ask how I get these like bendy pieces in the front, and generally what I do is I just wash my hair, and then when it's air drying, I always let it dry behind my ears like this. And then by, you know, leaving them tucked behind my ear while they air dry, that way they always kind of have a soft bend in them, and typically I always just wear my hair behind my ears. Anyway, the first thing I like to do is use the Bumble and Bumble Save the Day oil. This is a really great heat protectant, and it just, again, is like one of those products that helps with frizz. So I just put this like all throughout my hair. I'll generally put it all the way from roots to the ends. I don't find that it makes my hair feel greasy because it's more of like serum-y in texture than actually oily. It's not oily at all. So I can put it like up in the root, and I don't feel like it makes my hair any greasier than if I didn't use it. So I'm just gonna brush through. The other thing I've had to get used to with having short hair is these little pieces at the nape of my neck, these like extra short bits right here, those tangle really easy because they're constantly rubbing against the back of my neck. So I always like to take the brush and kind of brush up, and I already hit some tangles. So I'm having to brush the nape of my neck way more now. So I just do all that, and then I take my clips as usual, and I start sectioning off the hair. There is no super technical way that I section off my hair. I just like to make sure that these pieces right here generally stay pretty straight, because you don't really ever see this hair. And one thing I learned from Alex when she cut my hair was that if I curl these pieces right here, it kind of makes the hair go outward, and it'll look more like wide rather than wavy. So these pieces right here generally stay pretty straight, but what I like to do is just kind of take the iron and go like this. They don't get like a full turn. They just get like a little bit of a wave so that they're not super stick straight. So just like that. So I'll show you guys again. So you're gonna open up the clamp, and you're just going to turn the iron, but you're not like doing a full curl. Just like that, so that there's like a little bit of a wave. And when you're choosing the iron size, I'll have all the information on this iron in the description box, but generally if you want the wave to be more wide and bendy, you're gonna go with a bigger barrel, and if you want this to be more curly, you go with a smaller barrel. I want more of a wave, so I'm going with a bigger barrel iron. Okay. So now you're gonna start doing more of a curl with this section. So what I like to do is take, oh, hit my ear. So I just take the iron, I'm taking big sections, like 1 to 2 inch pieces of hair, just bigger chunks, so that it has less of a chance of being too curly. And then I do the same thing that I did in the last one. I kind of make that tube of hair and then release. And the hair will be released like a coil like this, and you just want to leave it alone. Just let it set like that so that it has a little bit more shape. And I do the next section. Start closer to the root so that you get a little bit more body up there. I leave the hair on the iron for a couple seconds just until it's hot to the touch. And then release, but you keep the hair clamped. as you untwirl it and then just slide it out like that. Releasing the iron when your hair is shorter is a little bit trickier, but I just find if I twist it like this, I don't ever worry about getting burned because the iron never gets too close to me. So the same thing to the last section, clamp close to the root, always holding the iron vertically, just like this. Let it get hot for a couple seconds. And then you release. Oops, I forgot a little piece of hair. That's okay. We will get that in this section. Now when I'm doing the front face piece, I do the same technique of holding the iron vertically, but I leave it on for much, much shorter, just a few seconds. And then I don't let it cool in coil form. I just really go through and kind of brush it so that it's softer around the face. If you want this to be just as pronounced as the rest of the waves, then let it cool in the coil form. But I want it to be more soft around the face and less curly. Release it and then go straight into brushing this out, just so it's more soft. Just like that. Okay, so then once the curls are all cooled, I just go in and shake them loose. Just kind of use my fingers, break them all up. And usually there will be these little bits that kind of curl inward. That just happens on accident sometimes. And so I'll go in with my flat iron. This is a GHD Platinum flat iron. And with this, there's only one heat setting because GHD decided there's like some optimal heat setting for a flat iron. So this just has an on and off button. And wherever it's a little too curly, I just like to kind of pull those a little bit straighter. I just think it kind of gives the hairstyle a little bit better of a shape overall, and it'll just make things not so wide and more sleek. So just where it's a little curlier than what I want, I just hit that flat iron. Then I go in with the money-making product, the product that really just makes this entire style and is my go-to now, especially because I have shorter hair. It's the Oribe Dry Texturizing Spray. I loved this even when I had long hair, but even so much more now that my hair is short because it really just gives my hair that effortless beachy volume. So this is how I apply this. I pick up all my hair like this and I let the hair kind of cascade into the mist of the texturizer. Look at that. Look at, you guys can like see it just putting texture into the hair. It really will just accentuate the style so much more. Gives you so much volume and just kind of that like textured pieciness and just makes it look a little bit less done. So now you guys can see it really just gives the hair like textured pieciness. I'm obsessed. And I'll just do the same thing on the other side. And then I just take a little bit on my fingers, like this, kind of put it like that, and then just mush it into these front bits so that the front has more wispiness too. Just like that. Okay, so that's it. That is how I style my hair every time I use heat. I'll generally wear this style for like 3 days until my next wash. And sometimes I do need to go in with a little bit of the curling iron and just touch up certain areas. But for the most part, this wears really gracefully and it just kind of falls into an even softer wave the longer days you wear it. If you want a little bit more piecey bits in the ends, then one of my favorite things to use is the Oribe Star Glow Wax. I don't like to use this every time I style my hair because it is kind of sticky, so I like to add this more on like second or third day, and it's more of like a sleekening, and it kind of just adds like clumps to it in the best way possible. Like it will add more defined curls to the style. You really only need a pea-sized amount, warm it up in between your fingers and just kind of touch it through the ends like this, and you'll get really beautiful standout texture pieces. Now, if you want a product that's gonna be less wispy than the Oribe Dry Texturizing Spray and you want something that's more of a true tousled beach wave, it's super easy. You do the same curling technique, but you can use a salt spray. I really like the one by Playa. This will give you much more of a salty, wavy, kind of clumpy textured wave. The Oribe I think is just my favorite, so I tend to lean more to that one all year round, but when I want to switch it up, I use a salt spray. Other than that, guys, that's everything I wanted to hit in this video. If you're somebody who doesn't wash your hair every day, then this hairstyle fades very gracefully. I've stretched it a good 4 days before and it still had just the ever slightest, softest wave, and it never really looks too unstyled. It always manages to look really effortless and very like cool girl, off-duty type of hairstyle. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions regarding this tutorial or the techniques or the products, please feel free to hit me up in the comments down below. I always do my best to get back to every single one of you guys, and don't forget to subscribe if you didn't earlier. Leave a comment down below. Let me know some other hair related videos that you guys want to see in 2019. I'll add them to my list. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for requesting this. I was so happy to get to film it for you guys. And yeah, I just hope you found it informative. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.